It is easy to fall out of touch with the things that make you feel whole. The pressures and responsibilities of everyday life can sometimes strip you of your motivation to do the things that make you happy. If you notice this starting to happen to you, make sure to set the time aside to fix it. In the end, you don't want to look back on your life with regret, but rather a burning gratefulness for all the things that you allowed yourself to do. Before we can continue with the story, we should probably back up and start at the beginning. For quite some time now, I've been feeling stuck, confused, lost, and slightly depressed. So when the opportunity came up to go backpack for a few nights in one of my favorite places ever, that being the Sierra Nevada mountain range, I didn't hesitate to pack up my things and hit the road.
What's up, bro?
What's up, man?
So we just pulled off on this random dirt road in Bishop, and we're going to be camping here for the night. Tomorrow morning we gotta wake up early and get to the ranger station so we could get permits because they are first come, first serve. So we'll see you in the morning. So unfortunately, we couldn't get permits to hike in Big Pine like we had originally planned because the hike is very popular and all the permits were already taken. So instead, we got permits to hike up in the Mammoth Lakes wilderness area, which is an area that I do truly enjoy just as much as Big Pine. As we continued up the trail, the dirt path slowly disappeared and was replaced by a never-ending blanket of snow. This made navigating to our destination a bit more tricky, but we didn't let that stop us. After what feels like hours and hours of trekking, we finally spotted our destination. The lake is just up over yonder. Boy, am I excited to get there and eat, because I'm hungry. Woo! Woo! We just set up our campground for the night. We got a cool little spot on the edge of a lake. Now I think we're gonna go try to fish. Hopefully we get some bites. We talked to a couple guys earlier and they didn't really catch too much, so not that optimistic, but you never know. If we do catch, it's gonna be good eating. For the rest of the evening, we took it easy. We fished a little bit, had some dinner, and then called it an early night. It's day number 2 on our backpacking trip and we just woke up. I made a little coffee and now we're just chilling at the campground. We're about to go head down towards the lake, cook up some breakfast and potentially fish for a little bit longer. Last night was pretty as far as sleep goes. I felt very itchy from a lot of bug bites and I was tossing and turning. I couldn't sleep that well. I think primarily it was because I drank too much coffee yesterday, so that just kept me awake. Hopefully today is going to be a little better as far as sleep goes, but we're gonna head up to Duck Lake, which is the next lake up. We've heard there's a lot of snow over there, so hopefully we're able to set up camp there, and if not, then we're just gonna come back down here. So tag along, guys. One thing that I was beginning to realize as we climbed further and further up into the snow-capped mountains was something just felt right. The troubles of my mundane, everyday life disappeared seemingly as quick as each tree we surpassed. I'm not saying that hiking through the mountains will bring everybody the same therapeutic relief that it brought me, but I do know that there is some activity that each and every one of us loves doing so much that it reminds us of the insignificance of our problems. Why not tap into that escape route and do what it is that makes us whole? So we hit a little bit of a wrench in the road there, and my buddy and I kind of got separated because I was flying my drone and he wanted to go get a head start to get to the camping spot for the night. But the problem is the area we're in is very unmarked. Since there's so much snow on the ground, there's not really a trail to follow. So I tried to follow the general direction he went in, and I pretty much gave up because I couldn't see any clear-cut path. So I figured I'd head back up to the trail, try my luck there, hopefully find him at the destination that we had planned. But along the way, I ran into some guys, and they warned me, like, don't continue on this path without crampons because it's very snowy and very treacherous. And I guess a lady even fell like 50 feet only to catch herself with an ice axe. Long story long, we were separated for a while, but now we found each other miraculously. And instead of going to camp at Duck Lake like we originally had planned, we're just gonna head back down to the spot that we camped at last night, cut our losses, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're headed there now. And we've had another switch of plans. We are currently looking for this first little campground that we planned on having as a backup if we couldn't find somewhere better at Duck Lake. We're getting really close. I can feel it. We're almost there. Hopefully we don't get stuck out here tonight. This may seem cheesy to you, and you might even be rolling your eyes, but this adventure really did help to alleviate some of the stress I had been struggling with prior to the trip. Whether you love to hike, camp, dance, swim, create art, or read books, remember to embrace the things that bring you joy and sacrifice whatever you have to make them a significant part of your life. You won't regret it.